I tried out the Legends ZA ranked battles when they first came out to see what they were like, and I genuinely really enjoyed them. I managed to get myself to rank J in that first video I made, but the new season is out, the meta has changed, ranks have reset, and I want to see if I can navigate my way all the way up to rank A. I also want to see what it actually takes to get there. What Pokemon are in the meta? What Pokemon just don't have what it takes to catch up? Am I even good enough at this game to make it to the higher ranks? I guess it's time to find out. The first thing I have to decide on is the team. Season 2 of Ranked Battles allows you to get the Delphoxite for the starter, but it also allows Xerneas and Yveltal to be used. And from what I've heard, Xerneas has absolutely dominated ever since. So I think it's safe to say I will be definitely adding them to my team. But while we are wielding the power of a ballistic missile in Xerneas, other players are also going to be able to wield that same power themselves. So we need to add a counter Pokemon to our team to help us deal with the doppelgangers. As Xerneas is a fairy type, getting a good steel or poison type will be vital for dealing with them, and it just so happens that one of the coolest steel types that Pokemon has ever produced received a new Mega Evolution in Legends ZA. Excadrill. So at least for the first couple of battles, I'm going to try him out and see how he does against the Xerneas infestation. And that just leaves our third and final team member. There are quite a few Pokemon that could fit into this slot quite nicely, but after my experience playing last time, Garchomp seems like he can be a bit of a problem. Again, so long as there aren't too many Xerneases on the field. He hits hard, most of his moves are pretty quick, and he looks cool as fuck. Now, this team is going to change a lot over the course of the journey all the way up to rank A. But this is just what we're starting at for now. It's the decent starting blocks, and I think we can build on this quite well. Oh, and also, I streamed this whole thing on Twitch, so if you want to go and follow me there, I would really appreciate it. I need more people to talk to. Game 1 was an interesting start to the challenge. I did a lot of damage to other Pokemon, but I just kept missing out on the final hits almost every single time. And I think this is going to be a consistent problem throughout this entire journey. Probably has something to do with like the IVs of the Pokemon and everything like that, because these are just Pokemon I've caught straight up from either Wild Zones or Pokemon I've been using through my whole playthrough. Not IV trained or anything, but that never changes in this video. I'm sorry, I don't fix it, okay? But if I did, I'd probably save myself the frustration. Game 2, on the other hand, was completely different, and I just want you guys to watch it live. Oh, you're cringe. I've Dragon Clawed it. I keep clicking the wrong buttons, and it's really annoying. No kill? Come on, we get this now. Yes, come on. This is going way better already. Okay, swap. Ah, I didn't get to swap in time. Xerneas. So then they completely ignore me. Ah. Come on, Earthquake, big. This could be big. Oh, I don't even know what I did. Oh, pretty good though. Did I kill everybody? I think I just team wiped. Hey, you're dead. Oh, and you megaed, because so you didn't die. Sick. That's so good. I love when you could just do that. Like this. See? And then I didn't die. I'm just trying to... I'm just ignoring the Clefable. That Clefable doesn't exist in my brain. If I'm not looking at it, it can't hurt me. Let's mega Excadrill. Why not? Yes, come on. Okay, Excadrill goes crazy. I'm grabbing this and I'm swapping. Yeah, I didn't think you'd want to mess. Oh, you're hurting. Come on, get the earthquake off. No! I need this. Come on, this could be huge. Ah, well, I cleaned up one more. Let's mega him. Oh, I could have got that if I did get it. Let's go. Is what it is. Dude, didn't even use Xerneas. Yo, look at that. Look, all of that. 210 points. That might be my best game I've ever played. Thank you. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. Ah, rank S. That's quite a lot of ranks from one go. There we go. A Delphoxite. I think you get that from hitting rank S. And then, unfortunately, we get struck straight back to reality with game 3, where I just got left out of all of the fights pretty much. One guy left straight away, and it left the other two on the other side of the map fighting it out constantly, where I have to run over every single time. And then as soon as I get there, I get murked, so I have to run all the way back. It just wasn't that fun. Saying that though, I did manage to clutch the win right at the end. Because those two are just fighting and I'm getting left out. As soon as I get over here, like, everybody's dead. There we go. Clutch the win right in the end. I'll take it. Okay, I think it's safe to say I am not going to be able to go over each and every single game that I played throughout these streams, because there is a lot, because I kind of suck. But I learned nothing in game 4 because nothing happened in it. We'll ignore that. Game 5 was a good learning opportunity though, because it was by far my worst game ever on ranked battles so far. I was constantly caught in the middle of everyone and got bodied. I got caught in crossfires aimed at other people because of my poor positioning, and genuinely just struggled to make any forward progress in the game. And from this point on, I want to try and make sure that I stay on the outside of the group so I could just dip in, get a quick kill, get out again. And I don't want to be the guy in the middle that everyone is looking at and everybody is killing, because that genuinely was what ruined so many games for me. Unfortunately though, games 6 and 7 didn't end the frustration either. I missed an insane amount of kills. Xerneas just doesn't feel usable for me during these games either. Don't know if I'm just doing it wrong or, you know, just not used to using Xerneas yet, but there's so many hard counters in these games and I feel like I'm just dying all the time. And it was about this point where I started feeling like maybe this team was not working as well together as I had hoped. So after game 7, where I just barely got 2 knockouts, I decided to swap Xerneas on the team for a Metagross. Hopefully this helps. Now, unfortunately, the first game with Metagross on the team was still slightly frustrating, but I got a good couple of knockouts, but now it's feeling like maybe the moveset on Excadrill isn't what it should be. I'm really not sure. I don't know properly how to use Excadrill, to be completely honest. So most of the problems I complain about, I think are down to user error. And that's fine, because I'm the user. I can deal with that. But Excadrill, I'm going to drop him for now, and we'll come back to it later, maybe. But I've swapped out Excadrill for Gyarados, because I wanted something to deal with the millions of Charizards I now keep finding that I can't kill. And luckily that worked. The first game with Gyarados felt a lot better. Even though we didn't win because we left the 2 Xerneas basically unchecked for most of the game, this team let me feel like I was able to move, I could steal some kills. I felt like I didn't die immediately every single time I looked at a Pokemon. This game was a lot better, and I just want to see how this keeps going moving forwards. The 10th game of the challenge was where I started to learn the power of Glaceon. And I started to very quickly despise Glaceon. Every fight we had leading up to this point has not prepared me for Glaceon to appear. I'm getting ready to fight Xerneas and stuff, not Glaceons. And also, you might notice in this game, just a slight little thing, my Garchomp is not alpha. I thought my Garchomp was alpha. He is not. Now, I didn't properly notice or really care at this point, but it becomes very, very obvious later on. But we got wrecked this game, like completely wrecked. And after 10 games, we are sitting at rank I, which not too bad, but I feel like we could have got higher. I'm going to just ignore game 11 because nothing happened, but game 12 and 13 genuinely felt a lot nicer. I played more passive and tried to get outside of the main circle of enemies to pick up way more final hits than were in previous games, and that actually worked. And the fact that the enemies weren't completely all over me the entire time made me feel a lot happier while playing, because I felt like I could actually just exist. Now, I am aware that in all of the past games where I've been complaining about being in the middle, I am the one who put myself there, okay? I see it now, I understand it, but this is me trying to stop that from happening anymore. And another game I'm not going to talk about is game 14. I'm just going to show you this screenshot and let's move on. And to be quite honest, the next, 4 games I played were also really not great. I felt like I was just barely missing out on kills. Like I said, it would become a problem earlier. And I felt like my range was way shorter than others as well. Which, as I've been mentioning, my Pokemon aren't alpha Pokemon. Yet another one I thought was alpha especially was my Metagross. And it just isn't. Now, for those of you who might not understand why that's important, the alpha Pokemon in Legends ZA have a bigger hitbox than the regular forms, meaning if they use Earthquake, the range on that attack would be bigger than my Metagross or Garchomp using it because they're not alpha Pokemon. It genuinely makes a massive difference in these games. Now, going into game 19, I decided to bring along a Glaceon, and I've changed a few moves around as well on a few other Pokemon. I basically got to a point where I felt like it had been long enough complaining about the same things in each game. I was just going to try and fix it. And the Glaceon I brought with me was an alpha, by the way, so did do that bit properly. And the first game with Glaceon went actually quite okay. I didn't play incredible, but that's because I've tunnel visioned far too much on trying to use Glaceon instead of just playing like I normally would. But I think it was just a case of one player just played better than the others in this game. That was kind of all it was. Game 20 was also a bit of a nothing game for me as well, mainly because Ampharos was on the field for the first time, who basically denied Gyarados pretty hard from the get-go, which kind of sucked, but I mean, other than that, it went all right. I did what I could. Game 21 was also a bit of a weird one. Nothing really happened, but Glaceon ended up getting a good couple of kills. Nothing crazy. Like, I didn't win. It wasn't anywhere close, really. But Glaceon one-shot a few guys with Ice Beam, which felt incredible after the run I've been having. And it also made me think maybe Ice Beam should be my main attack with Glaceon, because you can snipe people with that. Jesus. But at the end of game 21, that was enough for day 1 of the challenge. And we ended the day at rank D, which, again, not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Going into day 2, I knew that rank A was achievable. I just needed to grind through a bunch of games. So I got to it. I was still struggling though with other people perfectly getting their megas to go up or down the second I am about to hit them, so they completely avoid all damage. And I feel like I'm constantly stuck in a position where I'm getting hit the second I am able to be hit again. So whenever a move ends, there's someone there attacking me. Whenever my mega is up, I'm being hit the frame after I'm allowed to be hit again. It's one of those things that just happens in online games. People have better timing. People get lucky. It's all of that stuff. But, oh my God, it feels like it's happening to me all the time. If it's a skill issue, it's a skill issue. I'm happy to admit that it's probably that. But in the moment, oh my God, it's frustrating. I wasn't also sure whether it was a desync thing because there were some issues with it in some of the other games. It wasn't crazy bad. Like, I couldn't not hit people, but I took damage far after I got hit. Some of the enemies took damage far after they got hit, or they just didn't take damage at all. Either way, we got all the way up to game 28 before my first decisive victory in a very, very long time. Garchomp was an absolute carry. And giving him just a few different moves means that he could easily deal with Charizard, which has been causing me so many problems before, and he kind of just hits hard all the time now. There's not really one attack on Garchomp that I don't want to ever click, basically. But that decisive victory pushes me up into rank B. We are genuinely so close now. The game that followed was another good game. There were a lot of decent fights going on. I managed to actually play at range a bit better, and it really helped that I wasn't stuck in the middle every single fight. So it's a good step in the right direction. But that, unfortunately, was the last really good game that we had, because for the next 3 games, we got our asses handed back to us on a plate. Now, I did see a Metagross in one of the games who seemed absolutely insane, and I wanted to build that. But I didn't, but eventually I will, because it was sick. The Metagross that I saw was using Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Heavy Slam is most of the moves I saw. There was another one earlier using Thunder Punch, which seems incredibly good. So maybe just some elemental punches on Metagross for coverage and 2 big hitting moves is all I needed. I don't know, there's a lot to play around with. But that Metagross happened the game before what is essentially the final game, game 33. Now, this really showed me that at the highest tiers of this, there were an insane number of fairy-type Pokemon. Like, if it wasn't Xerneas, it was Sylveon. If it wasn't Sylveon, it was something else. Like, somebody was using Ordino, which was actually going crazy. And it's just like, oh my god, if you don't bring a counter, then you're just stuck. Feels like I've now caught up to where all of the people who are playing the meta fully have got themselves to. And even though I didn't have a proper fairy counter with me at this point, it actually was a pretty good game. It would have been nice to win the last game, but that wasn't going to happen because some of these people are insanely good. But once game 33 came to an end, we did get pushed up into rank A, therefore completing the challenge when, to be honest, for a while I didn't think we would. Now, I know some people probably did this way faster than I did, and it probably didn't take 33 games of grinding to get there. And maybe some of the stuff I struggled with was a non-issue for a lot of other people, but this was my experience. Maybe I'll do another one for season 3 and actually engage my brain a little bit. Who knows? If you enjoyed watching, leave it a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you next time.